up, everybody? It's Khadija Senegal, aka Girl with the Books, and I wanted to share the steps it takes to publish your own book. Okay, so let's get right into it. There are two programs that I'm familiar with on the internet that is 100% free for you to use to publish your book. One is CreateSpace and one is Blurb. Okay. Now I actually use blurb.com to publish my own books, and it's very cost efficient. It is, and I'll talk about the cost in a minute because I know I just said it's free, but it's cost efficient and it is also amateur friendly. Okay, if you don't know what the heck you are doing, no worries. It's literally step by step. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do, depending on what type of book you are publishing, there's really only two major type of books that you will create, and that's all text, so all words, no pictures, no nothing. Okay, and then there's another book where you do have pictures. Okay, and I actually have published both. So my first book is a picture book, and my second is a text novel. Okay, so picture books tend to be a little bit more costly just because when you are printing them, there's color involved and there are measurements involved. Okay, so for example, my book, my first picture book, it cost me about $20 to print. Okay, now the program itself, think about the program, it is free to use. You own your rights. This is you publishing your book. However, that company does print your books for you. Okay, so that's where the cost comes in. So like I mentioned, my first picture book, it was $20 or so, each book, each unit to print. Okay, now the more books you buy in bulk, the cheaper they become altogether, which will allow you to sell your books at any price that you want. Okay, so my second book was a textbook, and generally on that company's website, it's about $5 to print that type of textbook, that type of text novel book. Okay, very cheap, very affordable on that end. Now, before you start publishing, of course, you want to make sure that you have a completed book, a completed manuscript, because at this point, when you're ready to use this website, you are only uploading your manuscript. You're uploading documents. Okay? So, make sure that if you are creating a picture book, that you know what size you want your books to be, because you want to make sure that you give your size, your measurements, your dimensions to either your illustrator or your designer, whoever is creating that aspect, the art part of your book. Because what you don't want is to bring it back to the website, upload it, and it doesn't fit. It's very ugly when it doesn't fit. They technically won't accept it because they'll let you know. It'll show up as an error message that this is not going to look right. They're going to tell you off the bat, this is not going to look right. Try to adjust it. And then what happens when your artist is not found, not reachable, not anything? So make sure that you visit the website to find out what size you want your book to be, and then take those details to your artist. Okay. Now, secondly, how to upload the documents onto the program, onto the website. It's pretty simple. You just create yourself an account, okay? And you're literally just dragging documents onto the program, and it's creating the book for you. It's literally step by step. It's giving you like a blank Microsoft Word document page, and then you upload whatever you want on there. That's it. Very simple, okay? Now, once that's completed, you can go back at any time to add pages, delete pages, change whatever, add page numbers. The creativity is unlimited, okay? Now, once you are at the end of uploading your documents, the system, the program will allow you, it'll go over each page for you and say, that's not gonna look right, that's not gonna look right, that looks okay. You sure you want it, you sure you meant it this way when you said this word? It's very helpful. It's a second eye for you, pretty much. Okay. Now, once you're done with your book, you save it. Save that thing, okay? Don't forget that. It's very important because that's it's very tedious. It's easy, but it's tedious. So make sure that you save your work, okay? And then make sure, this is the biggest tip if you don't get nothing from this, make sure that you order one book. Order yourself just one book to see what it looks like in your hands, because that could look totally different from what it looks like on the computer as far as formatting goes, how the lines are on the pages. So make sure that you order your book, okay, to allow yourself to make any changes before you order a grip of books. Worst mistake ever, because you're gonna be mad at yourself and you're gonna be spending a lot of money doing that, okay? Now, when you do order your book, your first book, your book has already been published. From that point on, you have received your ISBN number, which is a social security number for books. That's all that is. So, if you do need to go back inside to make any changes, that ISBN number will change because it's technically a new book. You've made changes, you've revised it, and then you've published it again. So that book beforehand, it exists, but it's technically another book. Okay, so be careful with that too. And don't be afraid to make the changes because you've already been issued an ISBN number. That's no worries at all. There is literally a million ISBN numbers, so no worry about that. Okay, so you like your book, you got the first one, you decide, oh, I want to order some more books. Go ahead and do so and start selling your book or passing out your book however you please. Okay. Copyrights. If you don't know how to display copyrights inside of your book, simply grab another book that exists already, look at how they have labeled their copyright message, and put that same thing in your book, in your own book. I promise you that will save you a lot of drama in the end. If, for example, somebody found your book and they decided to write your damn book, and then they added copyrights in theirs and you didn't do that, guess what? That book belongs to them. So be very careful about adding that copyright message inside of your book because it's going to protect yourself. So what copyrights means is if you have published a book and you have in that book mentioned that all rights are reserved to the author, you're copyrighted. You're okay. Now, trademarking and everything like that, I did not do. I'm not concerned with it at the moment, but if you want extra, that extra, like, I don't know, then go ahead and do that. But I didn't add that. I'm okay with the copyrights, and that's all that I'm covered, okay? That means that no one can duplicate my book. That's all that is. Now, also, going back a little bit, make sure that you and your artist, your illustrator, your designer have an agreement to where you own the rights to that, to the images and pictures as well, the drawings as well, because you don't want them coming back at you hollering like, yo, where's my cut? I paid you. Make sure you give them a contract off top in the beginning that you will own those drawings as well, just to make sure that everything is smooth sailing and there's no discrepancy between you two later on down the road. You don't know how big that book will be, and you don't want nobody coming after your pockets based off conversations that should have been had in the beginning. So make sure you take care of that as well, okay? And that's pretty much it as far as publishing your own book goes. I promise you, the hardest part is just the technicality of everything, like the details as far as like measurements, stuff like that. But again, even if you come into those issues, you can fix them along the way. There's nothing that is really permanent about publishing a book, especially when you're doing it your own, and that's why I love it. It gives me that convenience that I am in control of how I want my book to be, where it's being sold, who's buying it. I know that a lot of people don't like publishing because of that. They want to be represented by a company with a bigger platform and who's receiving royalties. I don't care about royalties. I care about the purpose. I care about the personalization when I meet people and they're buying my books. Things like that matter to me. So you all just have to really think about what matters to you and decide which route you want to take to publishing your book. Okay? Amazon. I get so many questions about Amazon. Amazon will charge that ass. Amazon will charge you to sell your books on their website. I think for my picture book, they wanted $5 a sale. That's a lot to me because I didn't want to upsell my books just to compensate Amazon's fee. Do you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel right to me. And some people will do that just for the name or the platform. Honestly, for me, Amazon is so damn big, your book just gets lost in the sauce. I'd rather sell my book myself. That's me. Feel free to look into Amazon if you want to know more about how their publishing services works. But definitely the site that I use, blurb.com, actually allows you to sell your book on Amazon as well. And they have their own bookstore on blurb.com where you have another avenue to sell your books online. So it's pretty unlimited. It's just really the matter of how you want to sell your books. Okay, but publishing is definitely possible to do on your own. And if you need any more help, hit me up. Grow with the Books. I got your back. I hope this wasn't confusing. I hope you understood it. And if you hadn't been gotten my books, do so at www.khadijawrotit.com or find me on Instagram at girlwiththebooks. Thank you.